Hello and welcome back to Everyday Adventures in Cooking with Rick. Tonight we're going to make something really simple, eggplant rollatini. Something that my family really likes. I know my wife loves it, and we got the last eggplant from the garden, so we're going to use it up for some eggplant rollatini. Simple recipe, simple ingredients. Got your eggplant, and then for your filling we're going to use ricotta, some Pecorino Romano cheese, some mozzarella, an egg, and some fresh parsley, also from the garden. Parsley lasts well into the winter, so we always have parsley for our recipes well into the beginning of the winter. But anyway, we're going to start with our eggplant rollatini. And I also have a very simple marinara sauce cooking on the stove here. It's literally just tomatoes, basil, and a little salt. Use any marinara sauce that you like. For me, that's just some plum tomatoes, again with basil and some salt. We're going to start with the eggplant, which I've already washed. I've got my oven preheated at 400 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice the eggplant really thin, and we're going to pre-cook it just for a few minutes to get it soft so we can roll it up. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit off this first edge, just to get, so I can get started with my my thin pieces. So again, we're going to do nice and thin. I know my wife likes it when I
extra thin.
Cut them nice and thin. And then, like I say, we are going to brush these with just a little bit of olive oil. And I just picked this one today. Had great eggplant this year. I don't know. Some years, it's funny how some years, some vegetables in the garden seem to, I'm a little too thin on that one, seem to do really well, and then other years they don't. But this year, the eggplant was one of my winners. We really did good this year. Tomatoes were excellent this year. So very happy when we can get good fresh vegetables from the garden. We'll get one more, and that'll be it. Okay, that's good. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take a sheet pan. Always not quite. A little wine for the chef. And all I'm going to do is brush a little olive oil on there. And this isn't a really big eggplant, so these are going to be nice small rollatinis. Again, we're not frying these, we're just trying to soften them up enough where they're easy to roll. I think Lola's bored. She just laid down on the ground here. Lola doesn't like when we make vegetarian dishes. That's not her thing. So once we get olive oil on all of these, they're only going to go in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes tops. Again, we're just trying to soften them up to make them easy to roll. Look, out of that one eggplant, we're going to get a good amount of rollatini here. So I'm going to fit them all on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. We've got 10, 11 out of there. So these are going to go right in the oven. 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. Now, while those are cooking, we can put our filling together. For our filling, get some as usual. I'm usually not prepared. Those aren't going to take a lot of filling. They're not real big. So I'm going to start with about We'll just do two, let's say that's about 2 cups. How's that sound? It's probably more than I need.
It is more.
It's probably more than I need, but that's okay. So I've got 2 cups of ricotta. We're going to do 1 egg. Now this egg is from my daughter's friend Sarah. Has chickens and she gives us eggs. And they're fantastic. So I love getting the farm fresh chicken eggs. They're so good. So we're going to do 1 egg in there. 1 little shell. Okay, so I'm not supposed to put my finger in there. That's okay. It's only my family eating tonight, so I don't have to worry about it. So we've got the egg. This is maybe, we'll do about a 1/2 cup of mozzarella. We'll do about a 1/2 cup of the Pecorino Romano. Again, this looks like more filling than I'll need, but that's okay. I love a lot of, let me start that going. I love a lot of fresh parsley in mine. I think that adds a lot of flavor. This is kind of the standard filling that I use for McGrath, for ravioli, for lasagna. This is that basic recipe for all those stuffed. If I do stuffed shells or ziti, this is what I do. This is what I do. Now we're going to do our parsley. Again, parsley always does. That's one thing I never have a problem with in the garden, is parsley. It grows so easy and it has such great flavor. And I use it in a lot of cooking. And I say you got to put enough in that you can taste it. Just cutting off, you don't want the stems in there. You just want to get the leaves. Get some of the smaller stems. All right, we're just going to cut that up. Of course, I forgot to put a timer on with the eggplant, but we'll know when it's about 5-10 minutes. Doesn't have to be perfect. Mix that parsley in there. If my daughter was home, she would be taking a spoon and just eating it just like this. And there's our filling for eggplant rollatini. So we're going to give those eggplant a few more minutes in the oven, and then we'll come back and we're going to stuff these up. Okay, so it's been about 6-7 minutes. Our eggplant. Again, we're only putting them in there to soften them up a little bit, just to make it easier to roll them, right? So we're going to take those off of there. And you might want to let them cool for a few minutes to make it easier to roll. But we're just going to go for it. Alright, I don't know if you can see everything. Just going to take a couple of our eggplant here, put them on our board. And it's really simple. We're just going to scoop a little bit of our filling out. Again, not too much, these are small. We're just going to roll these up like that. Beautiful. And we get a little towel. All right. Now, I'm just going to put a little bit of tomato on the bottom of the pan. Now for me, I like the chunks of tomatoes. I think I've said this before. I actually like that in the sauce. So I just broke those plum tomatoes up a little bit. If you don't like that, you don't have to. I'm just going to put some on the bottom. There, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. I could just eat the tomatoes just like that. Then we're just going to set our eggplant right into the tomato. We're just going to keep doing this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
A little bit of filling. Just roll it up. And you put it down so that the end of the roll. Okay, so I just rolled up the last one. And I'm putting it right in there. As you can see, I have plenty of this left over. I have enough for 2 eggplant, without a doubt. But that's okay. This will never go to waste in my house. I can take this, spread it on bread, and put it in the oven, and just eat it like that. It's so good. Anyway, I get carried away. I've got some sausage cooking here because, like I told you, when I do these shows, I'm actually making our dinner. So I'm not doing this special I'm filming special just for you guys. I'm doing this just for all my viewers. This is why I do this. But we're also eating too. So now you've got these done like this. They're beautiful. I'm just going to add a little more sauce to the top. And not a lot, just a little bit. You can always dress it with a little more sauce later. So a little bit on top of these. These are only going to cook probably 10-15 minutes just to warm that cheese up. These are going to go back in your 400. Oh, I forgot. A little cheese on the top.
Of course.
Right. So we're going to put a little mozzarella on the top there. I almost forgot. What would it be without that? Look at that. Alright, these are going to go right in the oven. 400 degrees. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Well, 10 to 15 minutes we'll be back and we'll show you what those look like. Alright, so we've been 15 minutes. I know to you it seems like just a second. But for us it's been 15 minutes. Our eggplant rollatini should be done. Because again, you're just heating up that cheese. Look at that. So we are now going to put one of these up. And while that was cooking, I made some sausage and peppers. Sausage from a local shop, public market in Millington. Excellent sausage. The peppers are from my garden. A little onion and garlic, that's it. Perfect. Now let's take one of these out. Look at that. Oh. Sauce on top. We got a fork. We are going to try this. Now we went out to eat recently and we had these and they were really good at this restaurant we went to. I'm just going to put a little bit of parsley on the top. Look at that. So I'm going to see now if these are better than what we had at the restaurant. Oh boy. That looks good. It's really hot. Now, I'm not biased at all, but I think these are better than what we had at the restaurant. I want my wife to try this. Now she won't come on the camera, of course, so I'm going to come over here. And I want her to tell me.
Yum.
Better than the restaurant?
Very good.
Are they better than the restaurant?
Delicious. Better than the restaurant.
Better than the restaurant.
Better than the restaurant.
All right. So again, this is going to be our dinner. Some eggplant rollatini. This, again, I feel funny doing a recipe for sausage and peppers when it's really just some sausage, peppers, onions, and garlic sauteed. Look at that. With the eggplant rollatini, I'm going to get a fresh one on there for presentation purposes. fresh parsley on there. And there we have an unbelievable dinner. See how quick that was? Easy, delicious. So again, I want to thank you all for watching. And for liking and subscribing and commenting and clicking and doing all those internet things that you do. Again, we're having a lot of fun doing this. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy it more when we hear from you. So let's hear from you. Until next time, cheers.